Hey there, America. Have you ever thought about what it would be like if the lights went out, not just in your home but across entire cities? Imagine the bustling streets of New York, the vibrant nightlife of Los Angeles, and the tech hubs of Silicon Valley all plunged into darkness. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? Remember that nice neighbor to the north, the one with the vast landscapes? Yes, Canada. Well, things might be changing. Yeah, them. They've got something to say. And it's not sorry. It's something quite serious. The Canadian officials threatened to cut off energy to the United States, and that could have significant repercussions for the U.S. Canada, a reliable energy supplier, threatened to cut off U.S. electricity. That's right, the power that lights up homes, powers businesses, and keeps the cities alive is at risk. They're flipping the switch on parts of the U.S., and things are about to get dark. Imagine the chaos, the confusion, and the sheer panic that could ensue if entire cities were suddenly plunged into darkness. This isn't just some neighborly squabble, it's a geopolitical earthquake. The ramifications of this decision could be felt far and wide, affecting not just the daily lives of U.S. citizens, but also the U.S. economy and national security. Why is Canada risking it all? What could possibly drive them to take such a drastic step? The answer lies in a complex web of political, environmental, and economic factors. Well, it's complicated. There are layers upon layers of issues at play here, from environmental concerns and disrespectful remarks made by American President Donald Trump to political pressures and economic challenges. But let's just say, they've got their reasons. Reasons that are deeply rooted in their national interests and their vision for the future. And trust me, America, you're not gonna like hearing them. The implications of this move are far-reaching and could have a profound impact on the way of life for every American. This isn't just about flickering lights. It's about broken promises, environmental hypocrisy, and a whole lot of Canadian frustration. The issues at hand are complex and multifaceted, and they require our immediate attention. Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get interesting. We're in for a roller coaster ride of geopolitical drama, and it's anyone's guess where it will lead. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Welcome to Novum Tempus. Stick around to find out more, it's going to be interesting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates. Let's get started. Why are there not more people talking about America's energy addiction? The cities never sleep, highways are always bustling, and the appetite for energy is insatiable. The U.S. is addicted to energy, and Canada has been the dealer. From the oil fields of Alberta to the vast network of pipelines, Canada has been fueling U.S. energy needs for decades, guzzling oil like it's going out of style, and a big chunk of it comes straight from Canada. Daily, tankers arrive at U.S. ports, carrying precious cargo that keeps the economy running. We're talking over 40% of U.S. imported oil. That's a staggering amount when you think about it. It's not just a drop in the bucket, it's a tidal wave of energy. That's not a small slice of the pie. That's practically the whole damn bakery. Imagine walking into a bakery and seeing that almost half the pies are from one baker. That's Canada for us. And it's not just oil. Natural gas is another major player in this energy game. America relies on Canada for a hefty chunk of its natural gas too. From heating their homes in the winter to cooking their meals, Canadian natural gas is a silent partner in the daily lives of Americans. Think of it like this. Canada's been keeping the lights on and their homes warm all while they've been, well, being America. Their cities shine bright and their homes stay cozy thanks to Canada. The U.S. has been so busy being the world's energy hog that they haven't noticed Canada quietly becoming a renewable energy powerhouse. Wind, solar, hydro, they've been investing in the future while America has been stuck in the past. Turns out, while the U.S. was busy fracking, they were busy building hydroelectric dams. Whoops, it's time we take a page from Canada's book and start thinking about sustainable energy. Okay, so Canada's a little miffed. Actually, scratch that, they're pissed. And they have every right to be. For years they've been a reliable energy source while urging the U.S. to get their environmental act together. But what have they done? They've ignored their pleas, kept guzzling fossil fuels, and even bailed on international agreements like the Paris Climate Accord. Way to go, America, real team player move. And let's not forget the economic jabs. Trade disputes, tariffs, and constant bickering over energy prices have frayed the relationship. It's like that friend who always forgets their wallet when the bill comes. Canada's tired of getting the short end of the stick. They're demanding respect, recognition for their clean energy efforts, and a more equitable partnership. In short, they're done being America's energy doormat. President Trump's recent erratic behaviors haven't helped. His claim to make Canada the 51st state of America was seen as deeply disrespectful and disgusting. Similar traits to a certain Russian leader. Folks, you know what we are saying? Let's have your comments. His trade war antics and tariffs on Canada have only fueled the fire, leading Canadians to retaliate by boycotting American brands and products. Canadians despise Trump for what they see as disrespecting their country. In response, Canada is looking to strengthen trade ties with the EU. So what happens if Canada actually flips the switch? Well, let's just say things could get messy, fast. Imagine rolling blackouts across major US cities, hospitals plunged into darkness, factories grinding to a halt, and your precious Netflix? Gone. It would be absolute chaos. The economic fallout would be even scarier. Businesses would face soaring energy costs, supply chains would crumble, and the stock market? Let's just say it wouldn't be pretty. We're talking about a potential recession, folks. And all because the US couldn't be bothered to wean themselves off their energy addiction. Irony much? Canada's energy future, not your battery pack. Here's the thing, Canada's not just trying to punish the US, they're also looking out for themselves. They have their own growing energy needs, and they're determined to become a global leader in renewable energy. They've got vast hydroelectric resources, wind farms sprouting up like dandelions, and they're investing heavily in solar power. This isn't some hippy-dippy pipe dream, it's a smart economic strategy. Canada's realized that the future is green, and they're not waiting around for the US to catch up. They're forging new partnerships, exploring new markets, and positioning themselves as the clean energy supplier of the future. So while America is stuck in the dark ages, they'll be basking in the glow of a sustainable future. Good for them, bad for the US and their egotistic president. A world watching the global energy game. This isn't just a North American squabble, the whole world is watching, and you know what they're seeing? They're seeing a superpower behaving badly, and a smaller nation standing up for its principles. Not exactly a good look, America. This dispute sends a dangerous message about the reliability of cross-border energy supplies. It could lead to countries becoming more insular, more protective of their own resources, and less willing to cooperate. We could see a new era of energy nationalism with everyone scrambling for their own piece of the pie, and that, my friends, is a recipe for global instability. Climate chaos, fanning the flames of discord. Let's not forget the biggest elephant in the room, climate change. This whole mess highlights the growing tension between countries trying to transition to cleaner energy and those clinging to fossil fuels. The US, by refusing to kick its addiction, is basically telling the world that it doesn't give a damn about the planet's future. Canada's threat is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that we can't keep ignoring the environmental consequences of our actions. The world is demanding action, and if the US doesn't get their act together, they'll be left behind, literally and figuratively. Can this friendship be saved? Diplomacy on the line. The relationship between the United States and Canada has always been one of the most stable and mutually beneficial in the world. However, recent tensions have put this friendship to the test. So, is this the end of the road for the US and Canada? Are we witnessing the unraveling of a partnership that has stood the test of time? The stakes are incredibly high and the world is watching closely. Are they destined to become energy rivals, locked in a bitter battle for resources? The energy sector has become a significant point of contention, with both nations vying for dominance in an increasingly competitive market. Well, it doesn't have to be this way. There are still avenues for cooperation and mutual benefit. Both countries have a lot to gain from working together, rather than against each other. But it's going to take some serious effort from both sides. Diplomatic channels need to be kept open, and both nations must be willing to make concessions for the greater good. The US needs to swallow its pride, acknowledge Canada's legitimate concerns, and take proactive steps to address them. This means listening to what their northern neighbors have to say and valuing their input, and start taking meaningful action on climate change. The environmental policies of both nations need to be aligned to ensure a sustainable future for the continent. That means investing in renewable energy, which is not only beneficial for the environment but also for the economy. Green energy can create jobs and drive innovation. reducing our dependence on fossil fuels, which have long been a source of conflict and environmental degradation. Transitioning to cleaner energy sources is crucial, and rejoining international agreements like the Paris Accord. Global cooperation is essential in tackling climate change, and the U.S. needs to be a leader in this effort. Basically, we need to start acting like responsible adults. This means making decisions that are in the best interest of both nations and the planet. Canada, for its part, needs to be willing to negotiate, to find a solution that works for both countries. They've made their point, and now it's time to come to the table with a spirit of compromise, to find a solution that works for both countries. They've made their point, but the real challenge lies in finding common ground. Both nations have much to gain from a renewed partnership. Now it's time to find a way forward that doesn't plunge us all into darkness. The future of U.S.-Canada relations depends on their ability to work together, to innovate, and to lead the world in a positive direction. The power of change, a call to action. This situation is a mess, there's no denying that, but it's also an opportunity. An opportunity for both countries to rethink their energy policies, their relationship, and their place in the world. They can choose to continue down the path of confrontation and division, or choose to cooperate and build a more sustainable future. This isn't just about Canada and the U.S., it's about the future of our planet. It's about choosing clean energy over dirty fuels, cooperation over conflict, and a livable future for generations to come. The choice is ours. Let's make the right one. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.